Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy J Stitches, and it is time for a new floss tube. I am not vlogging this week, and I know it's been a minute since I've been here, but between the change from having a job to not having a job, you would think, oh, well, she's got free time. She can just record all the time. I haven't found it yet. I haven't found the free time yet. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. So I have a lot to show you. We're going to recap kind of the last 2 weeks. And I did not, even though I hadn't touched on it in a couple videos, I did not forget about my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. So we are going to do that tonight. So let me just jump right on in. So, and I believe I've put out a video since, you know, the end of work. I don't know if it ever got uploaded. I don't know. We're going to pretend like it had. We're going to kind of go from there. So, for almost a week, so the 22nd, 23rd, somewhere in there was my last day of work. And I had to leave for market on the 28th. So I don't think I've talked to you since, at best, if I did upload that video, like the 26th would be when I recorded last. Okay, so I'm going to get better about it, but it's not going to happen this next week. So it will be 2 weeks before you see another video from me. It is spring break here and we have plans. So let me rephrase. I may have a video. I'm not promising a video next week. Okay. So, I got some stitching in before market. In no particular order, I'm going to show you the things that I worked on. I may have showed these before. I don't know. I just had them in a big pile, next to my stitchy spot on the table there, and I was like, okay, we're just gonna recap all of this, and then go from there. We're kind of playing catch up. So, one of the days, and I'm pretty sure this was the last night before I left for market, I worked on Epic Pokemon. I think I got 100, maybe 200 stitches into it. It wasn't a lot, but you will be seeing this one again this month. I had to change up my categories based on WhipGo picks because I don't double dip those, at least not currently. So since one of my people chose Soul Tropica, I needed to change to a different fantasy for the fantasy category. So I picked Epic Pokemon. So you will be seeing this again soon. But yeah, I put in 200 stitches somewhere around this point. Okay. Let me stick this back in here. This is going to go back in the house because I need to work on it sometime soon. Okay. Then I thought I was going to work on the fox, and I didn't. I did some stitches on Gift of Giving. So I feel like I showed you this one before if that video did upload. So lots of tree fill in, and I got to some packages. This is from Little Stitch Girl, who I did get to see at market. And yeah, I really like this one. Hope it gets to come out again soon. This month is a little different in what's going to get stitched on and what's not, and we'll get into that in just a little bit. I also stitched on QS Ladybug. This is one I really feel like if I could focus on it for a little bit, might be able to be finished this year. But because focus is not promised, I'm not saying I'm going to. This is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It was a gift from someone, and I love it. I'm doing it 2 over 1 on 28 count. So it's very thick. I I should have either done, well, I didn't want to do tent stitch. I didn't want to risk not having solid black since it's literally the only stitching on there. If it felt sparse, then I felt like it was going to lose some of what I like so much about it. So whenever they purposely have me skip stitches, they're a little hard to see, but they're there on purpose. It's not because it's not good coverage. So I love the way that one's looking. So let's compare here. I got the end of its little butt there. We're getting down towards the end of the flower over here. So we've got stem, and we've got this little underwing over here, the rest of the actual wing, and then some flowers down here. So it's still quite a bit, but because, you know, you're not changing colors and it's not full coverage, it tends to stitch up pretty quickly. So that's gonna get put up on the shelf. All right. I think that's it with my before market stuff. Okay. Plus Alice, but I didn't bring her in here. So, the 28th, we got up bright and early, which means I think I didn't even stitch that much on the 27th because I had to go to bed early. The 28th, we got up early. We left out, I want to say before 6 o'clock. It was a 10.5-hour drive to our first stop. We stopped in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I booked us a hotel on the lake there in Hot Springs, which was really nice. We had a beautiful view of the lake. The cold front had hit that morning, and so we had a rather chilly day, and it pulled a lot of the smoke from the fires in North Texas that I'm sure you've heard about because it was a big fire, and it pulled the smoke. So like when I woke up, I could smell something burning, and I didn't know what it was because I didn't realize it was being pulled that far down. We are not anywhere near them. I mean, we're near them, but by a couple of hours, a few hours. So everything's fine down here. I'm really sorry for those who are having to contend with that. It really sucks. Okay, so 10.5 hours to Hot Springs. We got there, we went out to dinner. It was really nice, just the two of us. And then we went to the casino, and we spent about 5 hours there. Had a lot of fun. Came out with a little bit of a profit, which was nice. And then we got up early the next morning, had breakfast, got on the road to Tennessee. We were supposed to make it to Nashville about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was closer to 3 o'clock because of some construction and traffic. And we didn't go into Nashville proper. We had watched this show. We had watched Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives with Guy Fieri. And we had heard of a restaurant that we wanted to go check out. Well, it happened to be in Franklin, which is where the market is, and that's where our hotel was. So we're like, let's go have lunch. We hadn't eaten yet since breakfast. Let's go have lunch. Let's drop everything off at the hotel, and then if we want to go into Nashville and explore, we can. The restaurant was amazing. It's called 55 South, in the middle of downtown Franklin. It's one of those places that you just kind of want to walk the streets because there are all kinds of touristy area and shops and that sort of thing. It was really neat. The food was really good. And then we did walk up and down the streets a little bit. Went back to our hotel and promptly passed out. We were so tired. Going from night shift to day shift it has been challenging, and on top of that, you've got the anxiety of, you know, we want to be on the road, we want to get these things done, we're excited for market, and sometimes it was a good anxiety. So we decided to just relax the rest of the, we went to Walmart, grabbed some food, like nothing big the rest of the night. Got my paperwork updated so that I was ready to go to market first thing the next morning. And of course, left it sitting on the table there in the hotel room. Thanks, Vic, for reminding me of that. Anyway, so Vic from Stitch and Button was going to be there to help me, and she wasn't quite there yet. I had a class at 9 in the morning, but she didn't have to be there till later in the day. So I went up, I did the first class. It was with Susan Winters and Oliver Puckett from Fire Poppies. I know that they're not in business anymore, but they're still very involved in the community. And so they were there and they were giving a class, and that was great. It was kind of rushed because she had a lot of information to share and not a lot of time. So got out of that, went back to the hotel room, got my husband, met up with Vic, hung out for a little bit, explored Market, went to, like, nothing was open yet, but you could walk all the floors, and a lot of people had stuff in their windows and that sort of thing. Went to a 1 o'clock meeting, and then a 3 o'clock class, and then it was time to get started at Market. My husband went back to the hotel room, and Vic and I started on the 4th floor, mostly because we were visiting with Athena from Stitching Goddess Designs. She does shirts. She was just there as a helper. She wasn't selling, but I've met her prior at Stitch West, and so we were chatting with her and Ymir from Almond M&Ms, and before we got started. And then so we were already on the 4th floor, and we're like, let's just go ahead and knock out this floor. And it took us, so the first night you have about 4 hours of shopping, and a lot of people are focused around fabric. So I know that Fiber on a Whim had a long line, Fox and Rabbit, and I want to say, was it Black Cauldron, maybe? There was another fabric room, like, over in this area. That doesn't help you at all. That I know had long lines. We weren't getting fabric. I didn't have anybody pre-order fabric simply because I didn't know what to expect or what I could achieve. So, and I don't typically offer fabric anyway. I did get fabric after everything. So anyway, we knocked out all of the 4th floor in the first few hours, and then we took a small break, and then we worked on another floor. I want to say it was the 1st floor. Now, when I say 1st floor, first floor of Market, not the lobby. So it's actually the 2nd floor. But anyway, and got about half of it knocked out before it was time to pack up for the night. At this point, my arm is killing me because holding the bag with all the stuff, and I have not eaten since breakfast at my hotel room, and our hotel only offered waffles and yogurt. No hot food. Well, I mean, waffles are hot, but you make them yourself. They didn't have a kitchen. Anyways, so we were starving. We went and picked up Casey, and we went to Five Guys, and we just really had a great time eating and visiting and recapping the day. And then we went and visited Vic in her presidential suite. And that was the end of day 1. Day 2, I decided to get there pretty much right as they started, about 9 in the morning, but Vic wasn't meeting me till later, so Casey helped me out for a little bit, and I knocked out the rest, I started on the 5th floor, 4th floor, 5th floor, whatever, and knocked out about half of that before I went and met with Vic. Casey went to a casino in Kentucky, and then we finished up the 1st floor that we had worked on the night before, then the 5th floor, and then we had the 2nd floor to do. So I think it went really well. There was maybe 4 places that I went where they were sold out of some stuff, and I had to have them ship it to me. I've already received 2 of those. 3. I've received 2. I've received 2. I'm waiting on 2. So I got a lot of shopping in. We got to visit with people. It was great seeing Brittany at Ingleside Imaginarium again. I haven't seen her since the retreat in Austin years ago. The first Flosstube retreat that was held by Julicious here on YouTube. And Leslie from Undersea Fabrics, Amy Jane, because I absolutely love her, and Carrie. We got to meet up with Noah and Karen and Bryn from Fox and Rabbit. Diane Randall from Silver Creek Samplers was, oh my goodness, she was great. So it was great getting to meet with people and chat with designers, and some places you couldn't because it was just too crazy. But really, for the most part, there weren't long lines. At most, I had to wait on like 3 people in front of me because I wasn't in the fabric lines the first night. And the Saturday that everybody was pretty well spread out. There's still the issue with things selling out, but it's hard to predict how much you're going to need of any one thing. I was going to do pre-orders with people, but because I was only picking up onesies and twosies, they actually preferred I just come pick it up. That only bit me a couple times. So while I was there and I didn't bring them, dang, I don't know where they are. I'll have to find them. While I was there, so Friday was the 29th. And after I got back to my hotel room, after we went out to eat with Vic and visited with them some, I got back to the hotel room. I said, I'm going to stitch a little bit. And it's the 29th. It's leap year. We don't get that, but every 4 years. So I did start a few smalls. I started the Quirky Quaker Puffin from Darling and Whimsy. You'll see these at some point. I don't know where they are in my mess of everything. I started March Year of Celebrations from Hands On Design. It's that I started that series so long ago and kind of let it fall by the wayside, and I'm trying to get back to getting that stuff tied up. I started March Wordplay from With Thy Needle. Again, it's one I started. I've done 2 of them and I need to get the rest of them going. And then, which is why I was allowed to start them, and I'll get to that in a second. And my last one was, I'm trying to think, the Quirky Quaker, Year of Celebrations. Oh, it was a Mill Hill kit. Mill Hill kit. Now, that one's a little different, but anyway, so I told myself I wasn't going to start anything this year until, except for my New Year, New Start, until I got a Whip Go, and the reward for the Whip Go would be a new start. The exception to that is series, because when I finish something in a series, I want to go ahead and start the next one to keep that spot filled, if that makes sense. And in these cases, I was creating a spot. Yes, I'm aware of that. But 1, they're all very, very small. 2, they are all series that should have never lost their spots. But anyway, so I'm allowing myself to start series. Now, I may have one other exception to that rule, and it's because I'm breaking my own rule. I have a friend who enabled me to purchase a pattern and the flosses and everything for it, and I really, really, really want to start it. So I am making myself wait until there's a few of us that want to start it, and we're going to start it together. So technically, no. Anyway, so I'm giving myself a pass for a stitch along, but hopefully, maybe it'll be enough down the road that I can use my Whip Go start. But I don't know, because if it were up to me, I'd start it tomorrow. Okay, so all that to say, on the 29th, I got those few starts. A couple of them got 100 stitches in them. A couple got like a dozen, just to have them started on the 29th. Why is this? Because I have a thing going with my friends where if we start something on the 29th, then every 29th we can start something by that same designer. So since these are series that I want to continue on. If I finish one of them, then on the 29th, I have that permission, so to speak, to start the next one in the series. So, because I am one of those, I am much more apt to do something if I have a reason for doing it. I like new starts, but I tend to not do them unless I have a reason to start it. And so sometimes I have to give myself reasons, you know. All right. So the first, the second, the third, I was lucky just to stay awake for all the hours that I was up, and I slept like crap. I think it was just anticipatory. I know I need to be up by a certain time, so I like wake up every hour and check my phone, knowing I have an alarm clock. So, Saturday the 1st, we finished all our shopping literally with 5 minutes till the clock ran out. It was that close, but we got all our shopping done. We hit every place we needed to, plus a couple that, like I said, I got fabric, and fabric was not on my list of things to get. But when there was plenty left, some stuff I liked, I said, why not have a little bit in the shop? Who knows when somebody's going to want to order a pattern and just grab the fabric along with it. So Saturday night, we went out to dinner with Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics, her two helpers, Carrie and Amy Jane, and Erin from Autumn Lane Stitchery. So that was a really nice evening. And then, okay, behind the scenes, so what you can see, I'm just like, I had dinner with all these people, and inside I went, oh my god, I went out to dinner with Autumn Lane Stitchery. Like, I had a whole fangirl moment in my head just now. Okay, so I'm not typically a name dropper. I'm not typically the type of person that's hanging out with the names, and so I need a second. Okay. I hope y'all are laughing with me. Anyway, Sunday we got up. I had a couple last minute orders that came in. I wanted to run back to the stores and get. I went to a couple shops that I didn't have any reason to be there other than I just wanted to check them out. And then I met up with Vic basically to say goodbye and everything like that. And then we got on the road because we didn't want to be driving into the night. We stopped in Pine Bluff, Arkansas on the way back. It's almost the same distance as Hot Springs. So 6.5 hours from Franklin, but 10.5 hours from home. It also had a casino that we went to and lost our tails big time. But I love Deal or No Deal, so it was worth it. And then the next day we made a 10.5 hour drive home. And when we got home, it was late and there was no stitching, and I pretty much went straight to bed. That was Monday. We got home Monday night. Tuesday, I did have a relaxing day and tried to recoup a little bit, and got a lot of the market stuff organized in folders, so that all the pre-orders were sorted. Ryan helped me. We did a great job. I did buy above and beyond what was pre-ordered, so I do have stuff that will eventually make it onto my Facebook page, but it's going to be a slow process because it's spring break and because that's just how it's going to work. So Tuesday I worked on that some. Then I got a call while I was in here working, and my son's referral to the endocrinologist came through. They didn't have anything in the area until September, but they were able to find something in a nearby area for the next day. Now, so I took it because I didn't want to wait 6 months, but it was a 6-hour drive there. We were there for a couple hours between having lunch, going to the doctor, and going by Walmart, and then a 6-hour drive home. So by the time we got home, it was midnight. No stitching happened, obviously. And then we went to bed because the next morning they had dentist appointments. And so I took both the kids to the dentist. So Ryan went to the endocrinologist on Wednesday, took both of them to the dentist Thursday morning. Lexi had neuro Thursday afternoon. So then I finally got to stitch again after that because the rest of my evening was free. So this week is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade. And you'll actually see quite a bit of stitching on it because I stitched on it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 4 days. I know I was supposed to switch on Sunday, but I didn't think about that till I was already stitching. So we may start switching on Mondays now that I'm not working. Who knows? So we got this row complete. That rose is looking so gorgeous. And we're back up here with nothing but black in that block. And probably the next couple blocks. So this is Mini Phantom of the Masquerade by Heaven and Earth Designs. Or charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Designed by Melissa Dawn. I do not know if it's still available. I don't keep up with Heaven and Earth Designs. She and I had a falling out a while back. I'm stitching what I had already started and then that's it. I don't purchase from her anymore. So I don't... There's a cat fighting. I don't know if you can hear that. Anyway, all that just to say that I don't look at her website to know what's retired and what's not. So, this is gorgeous. All right. And it is 1/1 on 28 count Lugana. I believe this is golden something. Yeah. So that it goes back in the house, but I won't work on it till next week. Then I started on, okay, so it's a new month and the plans for this month. I have 5 categories. I have 2 Whip Go projects. These 7 are going to go into like a battle bracket, okay? Plus 1 extra, which will be that mystery cat that I've been working on because that's what I chose for the 8th project. I really do want it to still get some focus even though I'm not doing a daily 100 on it anymore. So these are going to go into a battle bracket and we will get more into that in just a little bit. So these are the only projects you will see this month except for my focus pieces. So I decided when I first started stitching, but I wasn't getting a lot of time because I needed to come out here and work on invoices and everything else. I started with my focus pieces. And so first, and this one took me 2 nights to get done. So is World Postage Stamp from Soda Stitch. The goal every month on this one is 500 stitches. I have met that goal, so that's where we're at for the end of March. I'm thinking April may see the finish of Sydney. Not positive, but it's looking like probably. So this looks crooked, but I think it's just the fabric. Okay, and it is on a 28 count Opal Lugana in Aztec from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was a fabric of the month years and years and years ago, so I don't know if she still sells it, but it's great and awesome. All right, so Thursday night I worked on this and Friday night I worked on this a little bit into Saturday morning. I have been going to bed at like midnight, 1 o'clock. And when I get up in the mornings, I try and stitch a little bit, but typically my stitching still doesn't happen till after dinner time. So I'm struggling to meet the numbers that I used to with work. And I'm not putting that pressure on myself, but you may see some changes. So anyway, that one is done for March and we will see it again in April. The other focus piece that I worked on Saturday night into today, Sunday, is Spangled from Long Dog Sampler. So this one I have split into, I believe it's, I don't know. Let's see. I think it might be 20 stitches tall by however wide the page is. So this. I'm pretty sure it's 20. So anyways, about this is what I got completed for March. I accidentally went a little crazy on that line, but that goes into my April block. But this is what, so this block was January, this block was February, and this block was March. And I'm going to continue all the way down to the very bottom of the project. And then I think it does come up for 3 blocks up here, like October, November, December. So it'll come to all of this plus all of this side, which does, obviously it's not going to finish the project this year, but it's going to make some significant progress. Now, you are going to see this one again, because this is also my focus piece this year, which means if I have a project, or if I call a category that I can't fit one of my projects into, this is the substitution. This is the only thing allowed to substitute for the entire year. So, but what I do is and I'll go ahead and pull it off because I'm going to have to move it. We come over here to the other side, and we're working our way down this side for any categories or any other reasons I need to work on it that are not my monthly sections. So you will be seeing work on this month because it is one of my categories. One of the categories is haven't touched in 2024. But y'all know that in January, I touched all my projects. So I do not have a piece that has not been stitched on yet. So that's when something like this comes into play. So we will be, it is on the bracket. It will be getting attention very soon. All right, that's all I have here. That's all the stitching I did. It'll get better. It will. Everything's gonna kosher out. Like I said, I was so busy between the 5 days of market plus travel, 6 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 6 days of between market and travel, 6 days. I got 1 day of rest, and then I had 3 days of doctor's appointments. Wednesday was the endocrinologist. Thursday was dentist and neuro. And then Friday, we had to do blood work for the endocrinologist, but here in town. And then my daughter needed an x-ray because on Tuesday, she was at softball practice and got hit right in the elbow with a fast pitch. So we are still waiting on those results. We're hoping to know something on Monday because she's supposed to play Monday night. And right now she's not cleared to play. So the week was like the craziest and a complete blur, and there was some stitching here and there, but it was a mess. It was a mess, and we're going to get back to our more regularly brained stuff. I do have to say, I'm going to toot my own horn here for just a second, and I know this is like my own thing. Y'all probably don't completely understand, but since not working, and not including being out of town, but the nights that I have been home since not having a job, I have cooked dinner every single night. This is like a major thing for me. I don't like to cook, and I typically find every excuse not to, but I have been, and I'm proud of myself. Yeah, so that was neither here nor there. Now, I have so much market stuff everywhere, that I'm not going to go through it all. But I do have my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you all so much for subscribing. And I know YouTube randomly unsubscribes people because I lost a bunch there for a little bit. There's all these factors, right? And so I'm just so appreciative to y'all that are here, and however you found me, mucho apreciado. Okay, I made that up, I think. Anyway, for that, I have 5 little gifties to give away. Now, remember the giveaway rules. We don't mention giveaway. we don't mention winner or anything like that. We're going to have numbers. Just list the numbers of what you're interested in, and I will draw in 2 weeks. Because remember, I'm not guaranteeing a video next week, and even if I have time to do that, I won't have time to draw these. So 2 weeks. Tell your friends, but you know, I did want to show y'all something. I'm hoping it's still sitting up here. Yeah, here we go. So, you can enter for all 5. You can only win 1. So that we have 5 different winners. Again, thank you so much for subscribing, watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me. We're going to give the love back. So, remember, you have to be 18 to win, because you have to give me your address. Don't say giveaway. You're going to have to check back for my video. I'll try to remember to comment on your comment, but I make no promises. So you'll need to check back for when I tell you who won, and then get in touch with me via Facebook, PayPal, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or my email address. So we'll get to all that in just a little bit. So I have, like I said, 5 random gifts. A couple of these are just my favorites. Yeah. And well, it's all kind of my favorites. It's all stuff that came out at market, and I really liked. Okay, so first we have a full kit. So this is number 1, full kit from Bent Creek, called Snowy Owl Globe. He is super cute, and it is fully kitted. If you've ever seen a Bent Creek kit, it's that. I love stitching Bent Creek stuff. I don't use their kits because I don't linen, but it's got all the pearl cottons labeled with the color. There's some beads, and it is on a 20 count linen. So just be aware. That's not to say you have to use all the stuff in the kit, but it does come as a kit. So if you want this one, please put the number 1 in your comment. Next, just random, Gentle Arts had these little limited edition mystery thread packs. There are 5 limited edition threads in here. I don't know what they are. They're still sealed. I have a couple more that are going up in the shop. I literally just picked these up randomly because I thought it might be fun. So for number 2, you'll get the mystery pack and the two of the threads they were releasing at market. This is a limited edition one. I forgot what it's called. She did have a name for it, but I don't remember what it was. Started with an M. And then dragon fruit, because y'all know purple's my favorite color. And they were amazing, amazing colors. So you will get the mystery pack and these 2 flosses for number 2. Number 3 is this chart from Jan Hicks Creates, Florographica 2 African Daisy. She does have 4 of them coming. Okay, she's got 2 that were released prior to market. This one was released at market, and then there's 1 more to be released. It doesn't say. So, and it works out that they all could be stitched together. So there's hydrangea, there's iris, this is African daisy, and this one I believe is going to be tulip. But it doesn't tell me. I read it somewhere. Anyway, so you get the pattern from Jan Hicks Creates and the 1 cottage garden thread that goes with it. So it's viola. Now on here it says you need 1.8 skeins, but when I ordered the thread packs, they only came with one. So my guess is that you can make it work with one. I'm even putting this in here so I don't forget. So, otherwise, the 3 others are Weeks Dye Works. They do have a DMC conversion. All of them do. But I'm going to go ahead and provide the Cottage Garden thread for that one. All right. And last, but definitely not least, because as soon as we saw this one, we told Fox and Rabbit, this is going to be your hit. Make sure that you bring plenty. And if y'all have seen my Ladies Who Lunch and you kind of like it, you may really like They Come at Night with the Luna Moth. It is so good. And actually the one that sold better for me was the one with just one. So they do a version where it's kind of a mandala, and they also do one that's just single. The single is what sold better for me, but I'm stitching Ladies Who Lunch, which means I need to stitch They Come at Night. And also I have a couple others of theirs that are done in this. I have the bees and the butterflies, I think. I think there's also dragonflies. They have quite a few of them. And she told me about some of the ones that are coming out. And y'all, keep your eyes on my shop because I'm so getting those. I'm excited. Except for one of them. I'm not big on spiders. So, anyway, stuff to look out for. So, all right, that is number 5. So, recap. 5 is They Come at Night. 4 is African Daisy with the floss. 3. Oh, I only got through 4. Sorry. Ignore that. Try again. Number 1, we have Snowy Owl Glow from Bent Creek. Number 2, we have the flosses from Gentle Arts. Number 3 is African Daisy with the floss from Cottage Garden Threads. Number 4 is They Come at Night. I do have one more, and I'm going to show you the one I purchased for myself. But I'm giving away one to y'all. So, here is, I mean, I couldn't really pass up a hummingbird because tiny hummingbird stitcherio. So, it was super cute. It had the thing on the front because hummingbird. So, and then it's these very nice metal case, and you open it up, and the top is a magnet for your needles, and the bottom is a bead, like tacky bob type thing. And then it can all get closed up and go back in your project. I needed one of these so badly when I was beading recently. Well, at the end of last year. There's a fly because Texas is already warm, yo. Okay, so it's adorable. So that one's mine, but let me... So keep in mind, if you happen to win number 5, which is this bead and needle case, I have silver, I have black, I have red that says I love to stitch. So, those are the 3 you can choose from if you win number 5. So, that is it. That is my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Again, thank you all so much. List the numbers that you're interested in, 1 through 5, and we will draw in 2 weeks. Yeah. So that's it for me this week. I feel like it was a lot, and then it was not a lot all at the same time. I wish I had recorded while I was at market. I wish I had taken pictures. I wish I could recap every moment and every... Oh, I do have one little funny. Okay, so as much as I wish I could do all that, I just wasn't able to this year. but maybe in future years. Casey even offered to be a cameraman and just walk around and record everything for me, and I just wasn't there yet. Do y'all see these gray hairs that are like blinging in the light? Anyway, funny story. So I told y'all that on Saturday I had Casey helping me for an hour or so until Vic got there. So when we get in there, he's like, okay, where do you want to start? I said, well, we finished all of the 4th floor. Or 3rd floor. Floor number 3. And we did half of floor number 2. Wait, no. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okay, so we did all of floor number 4. We did half of floor number 2. And so he was like, okay, well, where do you want to go? And I was like, well, I don't want to go to that floor because Vic may want to visit with some of those people. Let's start on the 5th floor. So we're heading up to the 5th floor. And we get on the elevator and there's only one other lady in there. Not bad. It stops on the 2nd floor and a bunch of people get on. And this is a glass elevator. I'm sure y'all have seen plenty of stuff about Market to know that. And so I am looking out among the lobby and trying to pinpoint if I see anybody down there I might want to visit with. And so these people get on the 2nd floor and then it dings and people get off, but I know it's not my floor, so I'm looking around. And then it dings again, and it's my floor. It's the 5th floor. And I look, and there's just me and that original lady on this elevator. And I look at her, and I said, where'd my husband go? Apparently, right about that time, my phone goes off. He goes, I'll meet you up there. So many people were getting off on the 3rd floor, and he was helping, and he didn't get back on before the elevator doors closed. And I had no clue until I was at my floor and went, huh. So, anyways, that's it for me this week. Thank you so much. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you saw something you enjoy and keeps you coming back for more. If you're a returning friend and subscriber, thank you so much. So much for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me. And I will see y'all 2 weeks.